Welcome to Business Chats with Debbie, where we talk big stories with small business. I'm your host, Debbie Warburton, and my guest today is Clare Trice, let me get this right, from CTCC Solutions Limited.
That's right.
I always get that wrong. I always get a C in the wrong place or something. As you can tell by my scribbled notes, Claire, so that's wrong.
It stands for Clare Trice Credit Control. So
I know when I said that in my head and still wrote it out wrong.
But it's fine because a lot of people remember it because they can't say it.
Yeah.
So it's good.
So we've known each other for a long while now, isn't it? A good
fair few years.
Fair few years. Yeah. And obviously we're in the source of same industry, accountancy, credit control. They both go hand in hand, really. If you haven't got good credit control, then your accounts are an absolute load of rubbish, and your business is not going to succeed if you haven't got credit control. Because as the saying goes, cash is king. If you haven't got cash, then you can't run your business. And that's what you do. Because, do you know what I mean? We do what we do, but I do not like phoning people and saying, you owe me money, can I have it please? Which is where you come in your lovely team. That's what you do.
That's what we do because we love it. Yeah.
And
strange as that sounds, we do.
Yeah. And it puts another person in that spot where they've actually got to ring up and ask your clients for the money that you owe. At the end of the day, if you've done the job for somebody, you expect to be paid.
Absolutely.
And more so through COVID, where people were having major cash flow issues because the cash just dried up. Were you really busy during COVID, or did things sort of... I know you were meant to take somebody on.
Yeah, it was very strange times. It was very strange times. I think a lot of businesses initially panicked. And didn't really know what was happening. And it was the same for us. It was, I just set my 5-year plan in motion, literally that February, to take on a member of staff on the 1st of April. And then, 23rd of March, lockdown came and couldn't happen. So it kind of, had an impact on us, as a business, as a growing business. But also from a client point of view, I had a lot of clients that had to close. And they phoned me up and said, are you closing? We didn't have to close. So it was, one of those situations where they were actually quite relieved that we were still there, looking after the money coming into their businesses while they had to close. And one business owner, sort of phoned me and, and just said, we have to close. I just need to know that, we're still going to get our money. And I said, don't worry, we're not closing. We're going to be here, working for all of our clients as much as they need us to be. So we'll just carry on as much as we can. Obviously, no one knew what the situation was going to, develop into. But we decided, I kept in touch with Danielle, and we decided on the 1st of June just to carry on with the plans. And so over Zoom, all these new situations that came out of COVID. I
wish I'd bought shares in Zoom actually before COVID hit, and I'd be a multimillionaire by now.
Yeah. Lots of training, lots of socially distanced, handing over of equipment and things so that she could start working remotely. And it was also a learning curve that we can still continue in those situations. And it proved great for our clients as well, because it gave them the resilience to make it through that whole period of time.
Such a frightening time for everybody, really. Especially people in business. Do you know what I mean? You're just like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I heard of one guy who is an accountant, he actually phoned them up and he said, I'm on furlough myself, I'm closing down, and like, what am I supposed to do? My accountant's furloughed himself, and he's going... We were so important for people during that time. Do you know what I mean? Just so they had someone they could pick the phone up and speak to, and know that they weren't on their own, and they had that support network behind them. Going through such, do you know what I mean? Hopefully the likes of what we'll never ever see again.
Hopefully,
But it was a frightening time for everybody. And then obviously you've taken another member staff on since then.
So since then, we had a trajectory of our business plan to sort of try and hit, and we did. So we carried on with that business plan, and took on Anika to do the marketing and credit control. So she's our apprentice, and she's coming up to just completing her first year. So Danielle's been with us 2 years now, Nika's a year, and we're actually looking to take on another person as well. So we're growing. We're going to be helping more and more businesses build that resilience.
People don't realise how cost efficient sometimes it is to actually outsource that function. Same with accountancy, do you know what I mean? We do everything, how cheap it can actually be and cost efficient it actually be to outsource that element of your business rather than trying to employ somebody to do it.
Yeah.
It can be a really, really cost efficient way of cutting costs and getting the work done.
Absolutely. And for SMEs, it could be that they only have us for, a couple of hours a week, perhaps, but that couple of hours a week is more than 2 hours, to them, because with obviously have a process, it's more efficient. It can save them up to a day, just by giving us.
And you haven't got to employ somebody, you haven't got to go through all the hassles of employment and holiday pay and sick pay and pensions and everything else that goes with it. It is really cost efficient, and people don't realise, because they don't ask the question, they just assume it's going to be too expensive, so I won't even look down that route. But it can be a really cost effective way of getting cash through the door quite quickly.
Absolutely.
And the same with us is getting your bookkeeping, your VAT and payroll done without having to employ somebody else to do it. It's a chat you have quite often with people. You don't realise how cost effective it can be.
Absolutely. And when they find out, the hourly cost, and it can be an hour here and there, that's all that's needed to make a real difference to them personally and their businesses.
And it takes away the stress.
Absolutely.
Of picking the phone up and going, God, this is one of my best clients. I don't want to phone them and tell them you haven't paid the bill this month.
Yeah, because we aim to be an ambassador for our clients as well. We want to find out what the problem is for the non-payments rather than, sort of threatening legal action straight away or anything like that. It's all about finding out what the problem is.
And keeping the channels of communication
open. And then solving that problem. Yeah. So that's what we work on sort of massively as a team, is our sort of customer relationship work with our clients and their customers. So being that ambassador for our clients as well is a big part of what we do as well.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the client's name is basically hinging on yours as well, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? So it's finding that nice balance where you are chasing the money but nicely.
But there is still a process, So there is still an end process as well, for the more stubborn ones, But it's finding out what the problem is. Unfortunately, there are still some sort of bad payers around, and you have to have that process in place to deal with those.
And outside of the credit control industry, you love surfing and you love rowing as well.
I love surfing and I love rowing. My work-life balance.
It's so important.
It's my vitamin C, as a lot of people say. It is definitely. I love being in the sea, on the sea, as much as I can possibly be in the sea. So
and that's where having a good team behind you frees up your time to actually say, well, actually, I don't want to work today. I'm going to take the day off and go and get my bit of vitamin C.
I make an appointment with myself every week to make sure that I get my surfing in and rowing at the weekends and evenings. And it's an
important part of running a business.
Absolutely.
Especially when it's your own business.
You need to have that something that takes your mind away from all of the stresses that we just talked about.
As I've been away for 2 weeks and I come back with a viral infection, it's like, really? Well, do you know what I mean? It's one of those things of I've spoken to quite a few people over the last couple of podcasts about work-life balance. Do you know what I mean? And I know your children are older, so you haven't got to worry about that much now. It's actually get to the point where you can say, I can spend some time on me now.
Although we've had university visits this year, so it's been another busy year. It's another busy year, so it's all good.
Well, thank you so much for coming in today. It's been an absolute pleasure to speak to you. And hopefully we'll have some nice weather over the weekend that you can get out.
I'll be out there all weathers. I'm out there.
Braver than I am.
Well, once you're in the water, you can't get any wetter, can you?
No, I suppose not. No. So thank you guys for joining me on my podcast today, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.